Good morning everyone, Mr. Town Square bringing you just a little bit more information. Rental costs. What's involved when you are going to be renting out a new property? So, a couple of points to go through here, and I'll go through them as quickly as possible. One of the largest costs that always comes in, other than of course paying your rental amounts, is going to be the deposits. On average, a property will cost you about a 5% deposit if it is unfurnished, and up to 10% of a deposit if it is a furnished property. Always remember to factor this in. Broker fees is another one that people often get caught out on. Broker fees, as an average in Dubai, are at 5%. A lot of people will complain and go, hey, my brokers tried to charge me a larger than 5% fee. What we have found traditionally is on properties that cost a little bit less, on smaller apartments, a lot of companies will charge a minimum fee. This minimum fee is purely there because sometimes those rental costs are so low and there's such a small amount that's coming into the company, it doesn't even cover the marketing costs. Remember, your broker has gone out and done the same amount of work, whether it's a property that they're going to be renting out for 300,000 dirhams or if it's a 30,000 dirham studio. It's the same amount of work. We don't have to pay them the same though. Ejari costs are something that people don't often factor in. This is only about 220 dirhams, but when you do your Ejari, that is a fee that will have to get paid. Just like when you leave that property, you will have to cancel the Ejari, and this is about 38 dirhams. Dewa deposits are another thing that people often get caught out on. If you are moving to a townhouse, Dewa requires you to put down a 4,000 dirham deposit and then pay the connection fee, which is about another 200 odd. If you're in an apartment, fortunately it's a little bit less, and you'll probably only be putting about a 2,000 dirham deposit down, and of course those connection fees. When moving into the apartments though, please remember, you're more than likely going to have to put down another deposit for the district cooling. Now this is dependent on which one of the service providers are there, or if you're fortunate enough to move into a property that is chiller free, as they call it. Always remember that there will be one or two other costs. Ask your broker about what those will be. An example in Town Square is we use a natural gas connection. That connection requires a deposit and a connection fee and a testing fee and a few other fees. Make sure that you are aware of these before you sign that contract. When moving into new properties as well, there might be one or two other things that need to be paid for. An example, having an absolutely lovely garden. No one wants to live in a sandpit, even though we live in the desert. An average garden cost here in Town Square shouldn't cost you more than about 3,000 dirhams for the smaller 3 beds, and the 4-bed corner units that have got this beautiful wraparound garden, fortunately like mine, should cost you about 4,000 to 5,000 dirhams to do it up in a very simple way. Make sure that you have got the funds to be able to set yourself up and to be able to pay for all of these things. You really don't want to be caught later without knowing about these. Ask your broker, they do have the information. Make sure that you know your rights and your costs before you sign that contract. I hope everyone has a good day, and we'll catch you soon.